current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown! 45 yards.
And return specialist. This time he beats the kicker and one more. Demorne Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. Once again, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. If you guys want to join in, feel free to do so. Start him in text line 402-464-5685. We got the host, as always, Demorne Pierson-El streaming in. Put a face to the voice, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo Channel 961. We got NBA going on. Some games dropped for not the official schedule, but at least what the matchups are going to be and who teams are drawing in the NFL. As well as some more college football news. But Demorne Pierson-El, the host of the show, I'll throw it to you this time. We are still not necessarily in the rougher weather spot, so we got time there. We'll turn the show into a weather report. But how's it going on this Monday night, and what do you want to start off with?
It's not too bad. We can start off with, some of the teams that didn't make it to the second round.
Okay, yeah. We'll tuck the Lakers away because I pick on those guys way too much, and they got their own problems figuring out if LeBron's going to stay, if they're going to move on from him. Bronny at some point is probably mixed into that conversation as well. So let's just go ahead, dive in. Here's how the playoffs sit right now. So round two, you got the Thunder, Mavericks, Timberwolves, Nuggets over on the West. And on the East side, you got Celtics, Cavaliers, Pacers, Knicks, Suns. They go out in a sweep. The Pelicans go out in a sweep. Suns being by far, I think, the biggest shock. Clippers, I should have called it that James Harden was going to have a few games where he didn't show up, especially with a limbering Kawhi Leonard. Doesn't help. They're out. Go ahead.
Just, the Mavericks is just kind of, I told you, they're inconsistent. So they're on one of their consistent runs right now. Mm-hmm. And if it was just more consistency from the Clippers, I don't think that series should have been close at all. I think they kind of, pissed down their leg with that. But
understatement.
I'm still not high on Dallas.
I'm high on him because Luke is being that guy right now. I don't think they're going to be the team to win it all, especially the Timberwolves looked really impressive. We'll have to talk about Anthony Edwards at some point in time. But, I just, with James Harden, this is why he's the most frustrating player, because this is, we were talking about the playoff risers with Jamal Murray, and you were not having any of that. But I think you'd imagine that James Harden is
I did not say that. You said best
playoff riser. But we're not going to go there. You have to rewatch on YouTube. It's on there, Don't Punt Hour. But let's talk about this, because James Harden, I think we can agree on, and most people, that he is definitely what you would call a playoff faller. He had that big game on time. You think you're having when you need him most. He drops 33 points, 12 for 17, 4 for 5 from the 3-point line, and that is game 4. So you're thinking he's back, and then he does the James Harden act. The next 2 games, 7 points. The last game, he only puts up 16. 5 of 16 from the floor, 0 of 6 from 3. He does put up 13 assists and a couple of steals, but the shooting always seems to get away from James Harden in the biggest moments. Where are you at with James Harden? What's he got left in the tank?
He's out of there. I don't think he'll be around on a team next year. You got PG, you got Kawhi, and other pieces there. He's not really, necessary, and you've seen what he gives. So it's just, I think, they move on elsewhere. I'm not saying I'm not saying he can be lazy. He does have bad habits with things. I don't know if it's too much of I don't know if it's too much of the partying or whatever, but or he's just happy with whatever he's made and know he's gonna get he's gonna get somewhere at least like a small check. I'm not too sure what it is. I think he still has some left in the tank, but I don't think he's what he was in Houston, and he's not anywhere close to what he was in Philadelphia. So it just depends. Enter at your own risk with taking on that ship.
Yeah, that is probably the best way to describe James Harden. And again, like especially that last game, I didn't see a guy. It's like, man, he's just not even trying out there. He looks like he was trying in that moment, but again, it's being in elite shape at those moments, taking the time off in the off season. Like you're going to be paying max contract money for a guy who's not going to put in that max contract effort. You still can maybe bank on the skills and those explosive scoring nights, but yeah, it's just as far as him taking those contracts and really trying to represent the team. Like he's never taken that off-season stuff very seriously, especially as of recently. Now you can say, why does it matter? Because of the stats. Well, you get to the postseason play and he seems to always run out of gas. And that's why I think that stuff is worthy of talking about, because like quite literally, he just looks tired and out of shape. And then he starts putting up those bad shooting numbers. And that's been pretty consistent with him throughout his NBA playoffs career. Even at Houston, that was probably when he was at his best. But even then, he had some disappearing acts and try to scapegoat, whoever's up there at the time, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul. James Harden was always a big part of those reasons why it didn't always work out. Let's talk about a few more teams. The Pacers, which currently are leading the New York Knicks 29-27 in the first game of round 2, 29-27, about 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Those guys, they took down the Bucks. I'm pretty surprised on the Bucks. I know you don't have Giannis Antetokounmpo out there, but on paper, that's still a team that you need to not necessarily run over, but you need to win. And it's just another one to hang in Doc Rivers' resume as not the greatest coach out there. What about the Bucks downfall? Let's talk about that series.
They just seemed all out of whack. I mean, I think they had maybe 2 good games, maybe.
Yeah, the 2 they won.
And out of that whole series, it was just I don't want to say it was just a whole lot looking around and looking for somebody to step up. I don't know if it was Dame not stepping on somebody's toes or in a new team, and then you got a new coach coming in and Doc may be telling you something different. It was just an ugly mix. I expected better out of them, and hopefully this offseason, if that same team stays together or majority of those players are there, we'll see what happens. But I'm definitely putting that on Doc.
Yeah, I think so too. On paper, once again, Doc, here's a great team. I don't give a damn if Giannis isn't out there on the court.
Dudes have to show up too. So I mean, I'm putting I'll probably put 60% on Doc and then the rest on the players.
Yeah, I put more on the players. Like with the Lakers, to me, are a complete opposite case. Where I look at the Lakers and I'm like, you guys are using Darvin Ham as the biggest scapegoat. As once again, the dude has a winning record, 90-74 through just his few seasons with the Lakers. Last year, he brought you to the Western Conference Finals. You just ran into the Denver Nuggets. This round, you ran into him first round, unfortunately.
Literally, if they played most other teams in the West, they'll probably get back to the Western Conference Finals.
I think they beat the Thunder. I think they beat the Pelicans. I think they probably beat the Clippers. Especially, I just talked about James Harden. Not the biggest LeBron fan, but he shows up game in, game out. That
would be a funny matchup between those two teams. No, you don't have to fly anywhere. Is it one night? It's just the Clippers arena, and the next couple of nights you just switch it back over to the Lakers. That would be actually funny.
Yeah, they just swing it.
I wish that would have happened actually, so I can actually see what would happen.
Well, the Clippers are moving out of there finally, too.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying at least you get 1 year of seeing in the same building.
Yeah, the Clippers probably. I mean, they're probably so thankful that hasn't. I can't remember the last time that's happened. Yeah, I'm blanking on it all if it actually happened in recent memory or at all in NBA history. 402-464-5685 had the Clippers and Lakers met each other in the playoffs while they shared the same court. Clippers just haven't had that much success outside of the Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan days. But yeah, that'd be one where I'd hate to be a Clippers fan because that's gonna be a Lakers home game every time. The Clippers don't quite have that threshold on LA yet, despite the Lakers' shortcomings. it's still
fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's like White Sox and the Cubs trying to share a stadium, for the World Series. It just wouldn't work out very well. Like, you're just going to get overrun. But let's move on here. So the Bucks, disappointing. I mean, let's just call this out right now. What has been the most disappointing team in these playoffs that has been eliminated? The eliminated teams being Lakers, Suns, Clippers, Pelicans, Heat, Magic. Magic, I'm pretty disappointed on. Bucks, and then the 76ers. There's a couple that have some pretty solid arguments.
I mean, I didn't expect much from the 76ers, so like I'm not picking on them. Like, I mean, they are what they are. Their team is I would say the Suns. Yeah, like it's not you have gold medalists, multiple gold medalists on one team, and you got finals MVPs, champions, and superstars, all stars on one team, and you get swept. That's not a good look.
Yeah, but don't worry, guys. GM James Jones of the Phoenix Suns, that there is at least 26 other GMs that would swap players, picks, in everything all together, because that's how good of a job he's done. He's just definitely saving his job.
Please name him.
That's what I'm saying. You can't lay out those bold claims. That's just, I don't even know why you're doing that unless you're trying to save your own job. Like, what are you talking about there? Like, the media isn't running off with some fictitious story. As you said, you had Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant, and it didn't work. It was a miserable failure. You're the only other team outside of the Pelicans to get swept in the first round of the NBA playoffs. So, no, I'm hard-pressed to believe there's 26 other GMs out there that would love to just trade organizations, picks, players, everything straight out like that. What about the 76ers? You think about that 13-14 season, trust the process. Flash forward 10 years. That process, it's about the same. Nothing's really changed.
I mean, they traded everybody. I mean, you had some legit, ballers on that team. You had people that came through and actually, did stuff. You didn't keep the core of you didn't keep the core of that together. So what do you expect? I mean, the only one I would say that's probably been there the longest is Embiid. He didn't have Jimmy was there, he gone. He had Ben Simmons there, gone. You had Harden gone. What you Doc Rivers gone. Like,
I'm okay with that one. I'm okay with Doc Rivers gone.
So I mean, what do you expect to get done when it's the only thing that is consistent is change? Like, in 2 years, okay, we all finna be up out of here. Or in 2 years, they're going to rechange it and go in a different direction. Steph Curry's little brother gone. Like he was doing pretty good there, out of there. Like what you expect?
Yeah, Seth Curry's always been a sneaky underrated player. I mean, largely because his brother Curry, that's the name everyone's going to remember. But that guy was an assassin for the 76ers.
He was getting buckets and he was playing defense. Like, and that's just because, I mean, of what the family name was. Not only just his brother, I mean, his father. So yeah. You are in your brother's shadow, of course. But I mean, he still got buckets. He still, was getting in and getting after it. And then, you move on and go to what else? And you haven't had, consistent play like that since.
What's the most frustrating thing is if I'm a 76er fan, I'm just like, we lost it with Embiid. Embiid is by no means the guy to blame. He's had some moments down the stretch where you can argue he hasn't been that clutch player that you need, but he really needs that guard. Like you look at Jokic, Jamal Murray, Shaq, Kobe, even LeBron. It's been different. He's been able to utilize centers though in those situations to get as much as he can. Then you look at Joel Embiid, and they just really haven't had that. It was supposed to be Ben Simmons.
The year that they lost to Kawhi, and Kawhi, like that was the straw that broke the camel's back. After that, they kind of was just like, okay, well let's start new over. Like no, like y'all had the pieces right then and there. Like y'all could have ran the East. You had a more experienced team. You would have only probably been challenged by the Celtics if you kept a lot of those dudes, on that same team. If the stuff with Jimmy doesn't go down, Jimmy went down to South Beach and look what he's done with his years there. Like, and y'all haven't been the same since him. So I mean, it's their own fault.
Yep. And then you hear from the Miami Heat, they are not even thinking about moving Jimmy Butler. He is not on the market. Yeah, because they recognized it pretty early on. It's like, no, this guy's good. Let's keep him around. Even despite the Suns, when they weren't expected to go to the NBA Finals, being an A seed, you always had that team. They always had Jimmy Butler's back, and it paid off. But this is what sucks. If you're a 76ers fan, it's never really been on Joel Embiid. Like, he is just had to be that clutch guy down the stretch.
For majority of the part, like, he did what he was supposed to do. Like, how much of, okay, do you want to, like, he can't save, you every time. Like, you expect, Kobe expectations on him when he's not Kobe, or, even LeBron went out and sought help.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's different when you don't put, players around him to build something, and you just relying on him to go out. Of course, the car is going to run out of gas when it gets there. I mean, he's 7'11", 300 pounds, and he hits the floor and whatnot at 85 games. That's a lot of games.
Yeah, 82 games. Well, 83 if you're the championship. Luckily, the Lakers won it, so they got to play. They got some championships.
75 games. Oh, whatever it is, it's still a lot.
I mean, it's a ton. And this is what sucks, right? You just okay. Let's just go through this. Knicks. Joel Embiid points. First game, 29 points. Second game, 34. Third game, he pops off for 50. Then he drops for 27. Arguably his worst night for the Knicks. You could say he's trying to get his team more involved as well as just being incredibly worn out. 7 for 19 though. It's not like he took a ton of shots. And then he still grabbed 16 boards, 10 assists. So a 19, 16, and 10. And that was arguably his worst night. Then the last game, even though they lost, 39 points. And then you look at the minutes played in all those games. 37, 39, 41, 44, 48 minutes when he got that triple-double, and then 40 in the last game. Like, the guy is not coming off on the court. He literally is just begging for any other role player, star, someone show up.
Please.
Like, it sucks. I that's the one team I actually feel bad for, because if I'm a 76er fan, I'm shaking my fist in the air, and I'm just incredibly frustrated because I don't want to lose Joel Embiid. But if I'm Joel Embiid, I want to get out of there. Like, I'd be screaming. Like,
in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
Expeditiously. It's not quick. It's not soon enough.
Yeah, seriously. And then, I also feel bad because there was a lot of reasons to be excited for Ben Simmons. Like, if you look at his college stats, it's hard to believe where he is now. Going from rookie of the year after being injured. It's technically sophomore, counts for the rookie of the year award, wins that. And the guy's just been, I mean, where did it fall? Where did it go wrong with Ben Simmons? Is there a particular moment? Was the shot where the clock was winding down and he was scared of the rim?
I think his confidence got shot with being in Philly. Philly is a very aggressive town. Yeah. They will let you know. I mean, I'm pretty sure, a lot of people seen the clip. We're talking about the dude caught the baby, unlike Aguilar. Like, so they're going to take shots at you. They're going to do certain stuff. And, I think it kind of just, messed up his game to where it kind of knocked him off of his flow. I'm not to say the injury did or anything like that. But he felt unwanted or whatnot. And, I guess it just messed up, his whole game, because he hasn't even been, he hasn't even been what he was supposed to do. The two, dudes coming out of college that was supposed to be, the next LeBron and living up to the hype was Ben Simmons and Zion. And, they have performed underwhelmingly. Like, it's not even anywhere near, where it was supposed to be at. Zion just, him. I mean, I think he's closer to, getting back to where, it could and where it should be at. But, Ben is just, his confidence is shot, and he's, legally stealing, which is crazy. So I don't know, where it went wrong. I don't know if he needs to go see, a therapist to, talk him out of things, or I don't know if it was the Kardashian curse that got him. I don't know what it was, but he's nowhere what he was in college at all.
Yeah. Well, if it's a Kardashian curse, one of the Kardashians has got some of that vengeance back. The other night, I don't know if you caught the Tom Brady roast, but it was pretty good. It was one of the better ones I've seen in quite some time. But yeah, before we get out of here, let's just full synopsis of Ben Simmons. So this guy in his NBA career, averaging 6.1 points, about 8 rebounds, 7.9, and 5.7 assists. Not something great. Yeah. Paid the big bucks. That's a guy that's been getting paid max contract.
He's the biggest NBA bust.
I think so. He's sniffing around that territory. He's still got a chance to figure it out. But this is the other part. I'm not even going to go through the full list here. But if any of you guys just want to go on, NBA has it, Fox Sports has it. You can just go through the list of all of Ben Simmons' injuries, and it just goes on and on and on. It doesn't stop. And this last one, I mean, you got the back, rest day, leg, knee, rest, knee, back, knee, back, and it just goes back and forth between knee and back. So maybe part of it's like, it's
a tough place to be. He might cough too hard and get hurt.
Exactly. So part of this is like, is he just that broken and he's not open about it? Or is it the worst case, the latter, which I think most people have the opinion of this guy in the NBA? Maybe not as big as a dream or want or pressure, anxiety. Who knows what it could be, but he's just not living up to the hype that he once was out of LSU. And you look at those LSU draft reports, it's eerie just because they kind of point out a lot of those things, the effort, the energy, not caring. So to see it flash forward in the NBA like this, again, never met the guy. Maybe it is all just injury related, but a lot of the outside stuff definitely doesn't make it feel so. But with that being said, we'll go ahead, throw it to break here. We got a couple more segments on the Don't Punt Hour here with the morning Pierson-El streaming in Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s as we are officially getting a downpour here in Lincoln as the weather's starting out here. So we'll get out of here, throw it to break. We'll talk to you guys in just a little bit.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Power combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Sick of being upsold at gyms?
My guy, you're currently a base member. For $90 more, I can upgrade you to our Shred membership. For $130. My guy, you're currently a base member. For $90 more, I can upgrade you to our Shred membership. For $130 more, you'll be a Swole member. And for just $300 more, you'll reach Sweat Platinum.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the upsell. Never pushy, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. It's fitness that fits your budget. Join Planet Fitness for just $1 down and $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, May 10th. See Home Club for details.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Fox KFXL weather, sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Thunderstorms are expected to move through the region this evening into the early nighttime hours. Severe thunderstorms will be a possibility. We'll drop down to a low of around 50. Heading into tomorrow, clearing skies, warm and breezy, west winds at 15 to 25, a high of 73. Another chance of showers tomorrow night with a low of 50. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In a world where businesses are facing daily cyber threats, you need protection like never before. Don't let hackers and malware companies compromise your business success. Stay ahead of data breaches with Hamilton Cybersecurity. Let Hamilton provide you with peace of mind that your business is protected. Our experts identify and mitigate risks before they become disasters. As your trusted partner, we help you protect your valuable information. Hire your local cybersecurity experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for that if you're hosting? Fierce Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and to close out a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you throw a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
24/7 threat monitoring. Expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice-integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ooh, what a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up.
Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back into the Don't Punt Hour. Once again, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We're here with the host, as always, DeMornay Pierson-El streaming in. And if you guys want to join in on the show, start your Heyman text line 402-464-5685. You can put a face to the voice or the pregame show as we got the Omaha Supernovas at the Las Vegas Thrill following right after this. And again, just for the pregame show, the actual game will start 9 p.m. Central Time. And we got DP Renee Saunders on the call, Nick Sainert out there producing. So be sure stay tuned for that one for the pregame show. And then, of course, for the game, you can watch that on YouTube or wherever else you can get those services. But again, you got the Omaha Supernovas 14-7 playing the Las Vegas Thrill at 8-14. So should be a good one there as they're nearing the end of the season. But DeMornay Pierson-El, I'll throw it back to you, man. We got some more NBA playoffs going on as the Indiana Pacers continue to lead the New York Knicks with about 2 seconds left in the half, 53-46. And I take that back as a half quarter just went in for the Knicks. So it looks like we're got to be closer than we thought here. But DeMornay Pierson-El, where do you want to go?
With the Knicks or
with anything? We can go NFL. Even Joe Klatt today shouted out the Huskers. Possibly 8 to 9 win season, stirring up the Kool-Aid. I know it's a market that's probably easy to gain some views for, but things to be excited for.
Realistically, like what I don't know what fans expect. I mean, they expect a national championship, of course. I mean, I do get, but realistically, like, what's the expectation, or like, what did they get, or what do you think? You from the outside, looking in, what did you get from the spring game? Like, what did it answer some questions? Did it, give you positive feelings, or did you not feel very well after it?
Yeah, no, definitely with the spring game gave me it's simple, but the quarterback play looked reliable. Like that's it. Like I didn't need to see. It was good to see some flashes from a guy like Dylan Raiola. Should I be surprised by it? No, he's a 5-star. He's coming in here. I hope he's all of that, and I hope he's able to make those throws in the spring game, especially if there's some second, third, fourth stringers mixed in there. So I wasn't necessarily surprised, but I was pleased because you just look at Nebraska's turnover margin last year, -17. You look at those 3-point losses, how many quarterbacks or how many turnovers or quarterbacks do we even have in the game and those 3-point losses and how many turnovers were results. It just seems to me like if we just fix the quarterback thing, we're bowling since 2 seasons ago. I mean, special teams on top of it, that's another reason for concern. I'd say if there's the one thing, field goal game, not feeling great after the spring game. Quarterback feeling much better than last season. I mean, to me, it's just fix the turnovers at the QB position, and that's going to solve a large chunk of Nebraska's woes. And then, 8 games. Yeah, I can see this team winning 8 games.
That's fair. I still have questions. Offensive line still made me nervous. The number one defense wasn't out there. For what reason? I don't know. So that looks fine and dandy and whatnot. I feel better, with who we have, throwing the ball and everything like that. It's just gonna be different, when the live bullets are coming and everything like that. The potential is there, if Danny's the dude, if Dylan's the dude, even if somebody goes down or whatever, hopefully not. But Harbaugh has to step in there, and Harbaugh has to step in there and make things happen. I feel more comfortable than last year. He still makes me nervous with him turning over the ball as much as he did last year. But a whole off season of working on those things and whatnot, I feel better with stuff. But it's all going to start, with the offensive line, honestly. And that's where things are going to make or break, because if they're doing well and decent, then yes, I wouldn't have to worry too much about, the quarterback. He'll still make, either one of them will still make, rookie mistakes. Mm-hmm. But if he's under a lot of pressure and he gets to panicking and everything like that, I'm nervous and I'm chewing my fingernails.
Yeah. With quarterbacks, like you said, I'm glad to see Harbaugh look a lot better because, knock on wood, you don't know what's going to happen, especially a game like football. Someone might get hurt, even if it's just for a series. We've seen QBs hop in for a series just to give turnover because we weren't ready for it, whatever it may be. I think Glenn Thomas being the quarterback coach, I think that's kind of showing some of its dividends already. Maybe not because he's this guru and Satterfield couldn't do it, but again, you just have another coach who can specialize in that offense. Give Satterfield more time for what he needs to work on. Glenn Thomas quarterbacks, that's it. Okay, I can spend a ton of time on making sure these guys are ready. And again, with the throwing, I thought I saw that from Kalen. Despite being off a few times, he was staying consistent. I thought he was making the right throws. I didn't see him throw them into bad places. He just was off.
They both, all of them, were making, quick decisions, which is good. They know where to go to ball. They know where to go with the ball. They know, okay, what, the defense is trying to do and whatnot. They were getting off their reads, they were getting out of the pocket and making things happen. Vice versa, with, on the opposite side, the Kalen interception. I mean, the dude just made a good play on the ball. Like, that wasn't a bad ball. That wasn't a terrible ball. If the receiver is more aggressive and everything like that, to cut and get that, that's something a little bit different. But I'm not mad with that throw.
Yeah.
So I mean, it wasn't a bad showing, but I don't want people to be like, oh well, we're back, and it's like, listen here, like it's 2 freshman quarterbacks at the most important position. The game has to come to them, and it's gonna take 4 games to kind of get in and settle in. By game 6, we should know exactly what to expect.
Yeah. The freshman quarterback, got to keep that in mind. Another thing that, gave me some hope there a little bit was when I was watching Dylan Raiola. He was hitting different wide receivers consistently. He wasn't just finding favorites. he was going through the offense and taking what was available to him. Now, again, that's not an Ohio State, Michigan, or should use a team like USC this year. That's not maybe not even USC. That defense is probably the scariest. Wisconsin and Iowa. They're not a Wisconsin or an Iowa.
USC doesn't scare me on defense. That's
why I had to replace them.
You got to stop them. You just got to get 3 stops against them, and you in the game.
Do we have Ohio State this year? We don't have Michigan. We don't have Penn State. Am I blanking on Ohio State or not? Like, I was going to use them for example, but I'm not. I know 100% that you're going to have USC, but that's not the defense. Let's say Iowa, Wisconsin. We'll double check here. But that's always the hard part with the spring game is you want your defense to make some plays, but you don't want to make the offense look absolutely horrible out there and vice versa. You want the offense to look good, but not make the defense look like they can't stop anybody out there in the world. When it comes to the wide receivers, Jalen Lloyd, Isaiah Garcia-Castaneda, you got Nayor the transfer, Banks the transfer. Who do you think really stands out as that leading receiving
Jalen
wide receiver? You think it's still Jalen?
Yeah, it's not
like about him then. As a wide receiver who's done it in the pros and at the college level, what about Jalen Lloyd sticks out?
Knowing the stuff that I've seen behind the scenes, they can't touch him. If you can't get your hands on him, like he's just playing at a different level and speed of things. He can make the tough grabs. He can actually run routes. He can run inside routes, outside routes. And you have 2 talented quarterbacks that can make all the throws and whatnot. Now it's just scheming up and finding your best matchups. But he is gonna scare people. Having to line up with him, he's only going to get more confident. He's only going to get better and whatnot. He has somebody who's better at throwing the ball and giving him the ball, and so now they're going to be able to call more plays that maybe Satterfield wanted to call. He just couldn't call because we knew what we had, who was handling the ball each series. So I think the offense is going to look completely different. And I don't want to put, all that on the quarterback coach or anything like that. I just think that they couldn't run a lot of stuff that they thought that or what they would wanted to with what they had. And that's completely different this year. You can spread things out and you see, both quarterbacks can go left to right, right to left and hit anybody. The running backs look, explosive. I'm excited, for the top 2 guys. They look really, really good. So it's just all on how well can the line, hold up to, give people a chance. But Jalen he's going to be playing way faster. He's going to be making people having to guard him really play. And if you don't get your hands on him, you're going to be wrong every time.
Yeah, he looks like a track guy out there.
If he doesn't mess up, it's going to be a long day for anybody.
Yeah. We saw just the pure speed of the vertical thread. And I don't know if we talked about it before, but I mean, just to have that as your first weapon right off the bat makes you terrifying. And then if you can add the footwork, elite route running, then you can get to some really dangerous territory where you look at Trey Palmer, wasn't as fast as Lloyd, but he's probably pretty close. You might even, I think I'd have to remember what his 40 time was. But either way, guys with the same speed, Trey Palmer really started getting the footwork down at LSU, wasn't really given that spotlight. He comes down to Nebraska and you see it on display. And that's what just made that guy killer, was just keeping guy. I mean, there was that Purdue game in particular. It was pretty clear Casey Thompson was looking for Trey Palmer every single time. And they still couldn't figure out a way to get in front of him, read his routes. They were still 2 steps behind. So that's all on the table. But Ohio State, that is later. That's October 28th. So we do have him on the schedule. And real quick, in case people want to drink the Kool-Aid, this is kind of why Joe Clyde's saying 8 to 9 wins. Because, again, you open up the door with UTEP, then you go play Colorado. That one, you circle that one for obvious reasons. UNI, Illinois, Purdue, Rutgers, Indiana. And that's all before you get to Ohio State. So there is a very winnable road. You can't say that's guaranteed, especially in Nebraska's recent history, but it's there in front of them. And if you believe in the development, you should have a pretty solid record heading into Ohio State, if not close to undefeated or maybe even undefeated. So with that being said, though, not telling people to drink the Kool-Aid, but it's out there. 402-464-5685. We'll throw it to break. Don't go anywhere. This is the Dumb Punt Hour with Des Moines Pierson-El.
There are over 1,000 kids in Cedar's care today. We're here to ensure that each of them receives safety and stability they deserve. But we need your help. A gift to Cedars will make an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further with the available matching funds. I'm Jim Blue, president of the Cedars organization, and I'm asking you to go to givetolincolnday.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln kids today.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your liberty and freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to defending the liberty and pursuing justice for those accused. Going to court is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we carry that burden for you. When legal troubles are keeping you up at night, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice-integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Owned Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Owned Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Power combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
.93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is area race announcer James Rowland. Join me and Bree Fansteel every Sunday night from 7 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket for The Finish Line, where we cover all things motorsports from local racing to racing around the world. Every Sunday night from 7 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of the Don't Punt Hour with the host, as always, DeMornay Pierson-El. We only got a couple minutes left here before we got to wrap things up, so we make sure we're all set and ready for the Omaha Supernovas. Again, playing on the road versus the Las Vegas Thrill as they're getting close to the end of the season here. So all these games have quite a bit of importance on them. You need it for those standings, but nonetheless, it'll be Derek Pearson, Renee Saunders on the call for that one as always. We'll have the pregame here, and then you can listen to the postgame as well whenever that one wraps up. But since we got a little bit of time here, DeMornay Pierson-El, we got the Pacers-Knicks sitting at 55-49 right now. And then you got the other game today is the Timberwolves and Nuggets game 2. Minnesota leads that one by 1 game already. Let's do some final picks before we get out of here. Knicks, Pacers, who closes this one out? And then Timberwolves, Nuggets.
I think the Knicks will get them. Is Porzingis playing?
Kristaps Porzingis is Porzingis. You mean Rudy Gobert?
For the Knicks.
For the Knicks.
Who's their big man that's out?
Porzingis is on the Celtics. The Knicks. Julius Randle. I mean, he's been out for a minute.
Okay, Randle. It was Randle. I had him confused. He's still out.
Yeah.
I like the Knicks still. I seen something where who's the guard? The guard for the Knicks. I can't think of his name right now.
Brunson.
Yes. He's going against the coach who was coaching him in Dallas, who kind of didn't really like him. I like a pettiness story, so I feel like he'll bring a little extra something to it. So I'm rolling with the Knicks.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there. I'm going to also go with the Knicks. And again, we're going to have the Supernovas here shortly. And then let's go to the next game, the Denver Nuggets in the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's the next one.
I think the Nuggets will win this one. Just all you need is a steal one, and the Timberwolves have already done that. If they can steal 2, that'd be great. But I think Denver will fight back and get one tonight.
Yeah, I'll be surprised. I think Anthony Edwards, he's going to be fun to watch. But again, he had to put up 40-plus points to win that one. Going forward here, this is going to be a tough game. And you could argue that was Jokic's worst game, and his numbers still looked ridiculous. So I think this one's going to be back and forth. It's going to be a lot of fun. Probably the best 2 teams in the West, at least for me personally. But that's going to wrap it up here. Shout out to DeMornay Pierson-El, the host as always of the Don't Punt Hour. Harrison Arns back at the 1040 Ticket Studios on the 1s and 2s. And we got the Omaha Supernovas pregame show. They're down there on the road playing the Las Vegas Thrill. You got Nick Sander, DP, Renee Saunders, all down there in Vegas. So be sure to stay tuned in. We'll talk to you tomorrow.